Hey everyone, and welcome back to Tune in English. I'm Adam, and I'm so excited to have my friend Maya here with us today.
Hi. Thanks for having me, Adam. I'm really happy to be here.
We're diving into a topic so many learners ask about: how to stay motivated while learning English. Whether you're studying for 10 minutes or 10 hours a day, keeping that fire alive isn't always easy, but it's totally possible.
Absolutely. And don't worry, we'll share real, everyday tips we actually use ourselves. Plus, we'll drop in a few super useful idioms along the way and explain them clearly so you can start using them too.
Pro tip: try repeating the phrases out loud as you hear them. It really helps. And if you're enjoying the episode, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss a lesson.
Stick around till the end, you won't want to miss it.
All right, let's get into it.
So, Maya, let's start with something real. You've been learning languages for years: Spanish, French, even a bit of Japanese. Have you ever just lost steam?
Oh, totally. There was this one time I studied Spanish every single day for 2 months. Then life got busy, I missed a few days, and suddenly, poof, I felt like I'd fallen off the wagon.
Yeah, that freeze hits hard. I think a lot of learners feel guilty when that happens. Like, I should be doing more. But honestly, it's normal.
Exactly. Motivation isn't a light switch you flip on and forget. It's more like a campfire. You've got to keep adding wood. Sometimes it dies down, and that's not failure, it's just part of the process.
I love that image. And you know what? A lot of people think they need to feel super pumped to study. But real progress often happens when you're not feeling it at all.
Right. That's called discipline. But here's the thing. Discipline needs a little help. Like if your goal is too big, I'll be fluent in 3 months. You'll burn out fast. It's better to take baby steps.
Yes, small wins build confidence. I remember when I first moved to London, I couldn't even order coffee without panicking. But I started with just one phrase a day. Can I have a latte, please? That was my win.
And that's smart, because when you get your foot in the door, even a tiny bit, it opens up more. Soon you're asking for oat milk, then chatting with the barista, then making friends.
True. But sometimes even small goals feel heavy, especially if you're comparing yourself to others online. You see someone speaking perfectly after just 30 days, and you think, what's wrong with me?
Ugh, don't do that. Social media is a highlight reel. Most people don't show the messy middle, the days they hit a wall and just stared at flashcards for an hour without remembering anything.
Oh, I've been there. Staring at the word persistent, like, why can't I remember this? I'm trying to be persistent. It's ironic.
Classic. But here's a mindset shift. Instead of asking, am I good enough? Ask, did I show up today? Showing up, even for 5 minutes, is huge.
And if you miss a day, no big drama. Just start again. No need to beat yourself up. That only makes it harder to come back.
Totally. I actually keep a done list, not a to-do list. At the end of the day, I write what I did, even if it's just listen to one English song. It reminds me I'm moving forward.
That's brilliant, because motivation often follows action, not the other way around. You don't wait to feel ready, you act, and then the feeling comes.
Yes, and it helps to connect English to something you love. Maybe it's K-dramas, cooking videos, or football podcasts. When learning feels like fun, not homework, you'll stick with it longer.
Absolutely. I used to hate grammar drills until I started reading detective novels in English. Suddenly, past perfect tense made sense because I cared about who stole the diamond.
See, context is everything. So if you're feeling stuck right now, don't panic. It doesn't mean you're failing. It just means you might need to adjust your approach.
Maybe change your routine. Study in the morning instead of night. Try shadowing instead of writing. Or find a language buddy. Sometimes just knowing someone's counting on you helps.
For sure. And remember, progress isn't always visible day to day. But over weeks, you'll look back and think, wow, I've come a long way.
That's the truth. So if you're watching this and feeling a little discouraged, take a breath. You're not alone, and you're doing better than you think.
And stick around, because next we'll break down the key phrases we used so you can use them in your own life.
But first, this discussion isn't over. We'll continue after a quick vocabulary walkthrough. All right, let's go over those useful phrases. First up is fallen off the wagon.
Meaning, you stopped doing something good you were trying to keep up, like studying, exercising, or eating healthy. Example, I was practicing English daily, but I fell off the wagon during vacation.
Next, dies down.
Meaning, becomes quieter, weaker, or less active. Example, my motivation died down after the first week.
Third phrase, take baby steps.
Meaning, make very small, slow progress toward a big goal. Example, don't try to learn 50 words a day. Just take baby steps.
Fourth, get your foot in the door.
Meaning, make a small start that leads to bigger opportunities. Example, just saying hello in English can get your foot in the door.
And finally, hit a wall.
Meaning, reach a point where you feel stuck and can't go further. Example, I hit a wall at B1 level and felt like quitting.
Great. Now you can use these in your own journey.
Welcome back. So Maya, last time we talked about how motivation fades and that it's totally normal, but today I want to dig deeper. Why do some people keep going even when it's tough?
Great question. I think it comes down to one thing, your why. Not just I need English for work, but something deeper. Like, I want to talk to my granddaughter in English, or I dream of traveling solo and feeling confident.
Yes, that emotional connection makes all the difference. When your reason is personal, it's easier to keep your eyes on the prize, even on hard days.
Exactly. I had a student once who wanted to watch Marvel movies without subtitles. That was his why. And guess what? He stuck with it for over a year.
Love that. Because if your why is strong enough, you'll find a way. But here's the thing, your why might change, and that's okay too.
Totally. Maybe at first, you're learning for a job interview. Later, you realize you actually enjoy chatting with people online. Your motivation evolves, and that's healthy.
Now, once you've got your why, how do you actually do the work? Because let's be real, knowing your purpose won't magically make you open your app at 6 a.m.
True. That's where tiny habits come in. Instead of saying, I'll study 1 hour every day, try, after I brush my teeth, I'll say one English sentence out loud.
Oh, I love that. It's called piggybacking. You attach a new habit to something you already do. No extra effort needed.
Right. And if you do it at the same time every day, it becomes automatic. Soon, you won't even think about it. You'll just do it.
But what if you miss a day? Some learners think, well, I failed, might as well quit.
That's where we need to cut ourselves some slack. Perfection isn't the goal. Consistency is. Even 80% consistency beats 100% for 3 days and then nothing.
So true. And don't underestimate the power of tracking. Just putting a check mark on a calendar when you study creates a chain reaction of motivation. You don't want to break the chain.
Yes, I use a habit tracker app. Seeing those green dots pile up feels weirdly satisfying. It's like, hey, I'm actually doing this.
Another trick, celebrate small wins. Finished a podcast episode? Say, nice job, out loud. Did a speaking exercise? Do a little dance. Seriously.
I do that. It sounds silly, but your brain links English with positive feelings. And over time, that builds momentum, like a snowball rolling downhill, getting bigger and faster.
Perfect metaphor. Because early on, it feels like pushing a boulder uphill. But once you've got momentum, it's easier to keep going.
And here's a mindset shift. Stop thinking, I have to study English. Start thinking, I get to learn something new today. It's a gift, not a chore.
Wow, that's powerful. It turns obligation into opportunity.
Exactly. Also, don't do it alone. Find a friend, join a group, or even comment on videos like this one. When you have someone in your corner, it's way easier to stay on track.
Yes, accountability works wonders. My friend and I used to send each other voice notes every Sunday. Just 30 seconds of English. Simple, but it kept us honest.
And if you can't find a partner, pretend you're teaching someone. Explain a grammar rule out loud like you're the teacher. It forces you to understand it deeply, and it's fun.
That's a great tip. Honestly, the key isn't talent or time. It's showing up regularly, even in small ways, because little by little, you build up steam.
And remember, progress isn't always linear. Some weeks, you'll zoom ahead. Others, you'll feel stuck. But as long as you're moving, even slowly, you're winning.
So if you're watching this and thinking, I need a better system, start small. Pick one tiny habit, tie it to your why, and be kind to yourself.
Because motivation isn't something you wait for. It's something you create with action, connection, and compassion.
Beautifully said. And before we move to our final thoughts, let's review the phrases we used in this section.
Stay tuned. We'll explain them clearly so you can use them right away.
First phrase, keep your eyes on the prize.
Meaning, stay focused on your main goal even when things get hard. Example, when I feel tired, I keep my eyes on the prize, talking to my daughter in English.
Next, piggybacking.
Meaning, adding a new habit onto an existing routine. Example, I practice vocabulary piggybacking on my morning coffee.
Third, cut ourselves some slack.
Meaning, be kind and forgiving to yourself when you make a mistake. Example, I missed 2 days, time to cut myself some slack and start again.
Fourth, chain reaction.
Meaning, one small action leads to a series of positive results. Example, saying one sentence led to a chain reaction. Now I speak daily.
And finally, have someone in your corner.
Meaning, have a person who supports and encourages you. Example, my study buddy has my back. She really has me in her corner.
And lastly, build up steam.
Meaning, gradually gain speed, energy, or confidence.
Awesome. Use these in your journal, your self-talk, or even in your next English conversation. Hey again! So far we've talked about why motivation fades and how to find your why and build tiny habits. But let's be real, even with the best plan, you'll face setbacks.
Oh, absolutely. I failed my first English speaking test badly. I froze, forgot everything, and walked out feeling like a fraud. I almost quit.
Wow, what changed?
I realized failure wasn't the end, it was feedback. Instead of thinking, I'm bad at this, I asked, what can I learn? That shift made all the difference.
That's huge, because when you bounce back from a setback, you actually grow stronger. It's like muscle. Stress builds resilience.
Yes, and here's the truth. Every fluent speaker you admire has stumbled. They just didn't let it define them. They kept going even when it felt messy.
I love that. Because perfection is a myth. Real learning is messy, awkward, and full of ums and whats, and that's okay.
Totally. In fact, if you're not making mistakes, you're probably not pushing yourself enough. So don't fear errors. Embrace them as part of the journey.
That's such a healthy mindset. And when you do hit a rough patch, don't isolate yourself. Talk to someone, share your struggle. You'll be surprised how many people say, me too.
Right. Vulnerability builds connection. And sometimes just saying, I'm having a hard time, takes the pressure off. You realize you're not alone.
Another trick, reframe your self-talk. Instead of, I can't do this, try, I can't do this yet. That little word changes everything.
Yes, it turns a dead end into a detour. And remember, progress isn't always visible in the moment. You might feel stuck, but your brain is still wiring new connections.
Exactly. Language lives in your subconscious. Sometimes you'll wake up one day and suddenly understand a song lyric you never got before. That's the magic of consistency.
And if you've taken a long break, don't panic. You haven't lost everything. Skills come back faster than you think. It's called muscle memory for the mind.
Love that phrase. So if you're returning after months away, start gently. Watch a short video, listen to a familiar podcast. Reconnect with joy, not guilt.
Because guilt kills motivation, but curiosity, that's fuel. Ask yourself, what's one fun thing I can try in English today?
Maybe it's singing along to a pop song or describing your lunch in English. Keep it light, make it yours.
And here's a secret. Your motivation will ebb and flow. Some days you'll feel on fire. Others, you'll drag yourself through 5 minutes. Both count.
Yes, showing up imperfectly is still showing up. And over time, those small efforts add up to something big.
Think of it like saving coins. 1 coin won't buy much, but drop 1 in the jar every day. In a year, you've got something real.
Beautiful. So if you're in a slump right now, breathe, be kind, take one tiny step, and trust that your future self will thank you.
And remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going. Because every time you choose to try again, you prove something powerful. You believe in yourself.
That's the heart of it. Motivation isn't about never falling down. It's about learning how to get back up with a little more wisdom each time.
So whether you're just starting or restarting, know this: you belong here. Your voice matters, and your English journey is worth it.
Now let's go over the key phrases from this final part so you can use them to encourage yourself and others. First phrase is bounce back.
Meaning, recover quickly from a difficulty or failure. Example, I failed the test, but I bounced back and tried again.
Next, embrace them as part of the journey.
Meaning, accept mistakes as normal and helpful in learning. Example, don't hide your errors. Embrace them as part of the journey.
Third, muscle memory for the mind.
Meaning, skills you've learned before return quickly, even after a break. Example, after 6 months off, my English came back. It's like muscle memory for the mind.
Fourth, add up to something big.
Meaning, small efforts repeated over time create major results. Example, 5 minutes a day might seem small, but they add up to something big.
And finally, get back up.
Meaning, try again after failing or stopping. Example, you fell off track? That's okay. Just get back up and keep going.
Amazing job sticking with us today. Now go ahead. Try using one of these phrases in your next English conversation or journal entry. Real learning happens when you use the language.
And don't forget, you can download a free PDF with the full story and all the example sentences we used. It's yours to keep and practice with.
If this helped you, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Which phrase was your favorite?
We upload new videos every week with real English, useful tips, and lots of encouragement just for you.
Remember, every word you speak brings you closer to fluency. You're doing great.
Keep going, keep growing, and we'll see you in the next video.